We just had another Suicide Squad trailer drop at the MTV Movie Awards, and oh, another great one. Gee, like this is why Suicide Squad is my most anticipated movie of this year. Like more so than Civil War, more so than BVS was. Like I'm just so hyped for this movie. And after just another amazing trailer, um, I don't know if I could ever argue that. So the trailer's name is Blitz, and it's considered the second official trailer because the first one we saw from Comic Con was still considered a tease. Now, just the first initial impression, a lot of comedy, a lot of action. Not sure what they're saying in the reshoots. I'm not sure if any reshooting has been influencing this trailer or anything, but everything I've seen has been really good. We've seen a lot of new footage. We got a few some rehash. And on top of that, just another great like soundtrack. I feel like music's gonna play a big part in this like film because every trailer we get just has like an amazing soundtrack and a really good song. For this one, it starts off with a song called "You Don't Own Me" by Grace. All right, and that's the beginning, and it's like slow, kind of paced and fun. It's kind of like the first, kind of slow and dark, like the first trailer had. Then it heats up like midway into "Sweet" by the song "Ballroom Blitz" by Sweet, which is when it like gets more into like the second trailer, with which had Bohemian Rhapsody. Going to the actual breakdown of what the trailer showed us, we start off with Amanda Waller, which looks like she's in the White House with a bunch of other officials, and they're basically discussing, what would happen if Superman came down and basically took the president. There's nobody who could stop him, which is kind of showing that they're referencing Superman kind of like in a past tense, which shows, yeah, this movie is taking place after the events of Batman versus Superman. Spoiler alert, for anybody who hasn't seen Batman versus Superman, but the ending of that film is obviously like emphasized here, and that could play a role in kind of like the creation of the Suicide Squad. Then from there it moves on to like showing the actual characters and everything and their jail cells and everything. We have a screenshot right here of Killer Croc, which looks like he's getting an injection in his neck, which I think is how they're gonna implant the chips. If anybody knows anything about the Suicide Squad, they have chips in the back of their head, which is basically a little remote detonated bomb that any of that Waller or any of the other people could blow up if they disobey orders. And then you see in the next shot, you see Harley Quinn get the same shot. Then after that, we see a few shots of everyone outside circled by Rick Flag and the army, basically telling them, here's your weapons, and this is how this is how it's going to go. Cool thing to note, as you see here, we have Captain Boomerang's, signature boomerangs, but here, they look a lot more like knives put together to swing. And in the trailer, you really haven't seen him throwing anything. You just see him kind of like stabbing and stuff. So, a different take on it. Next significant scene we see in this trailer is Rick Flag just telling the group, like, hey, if you disobey me, you die. If you don't do this, you die, saying that he has full control of the situation, which means he probably has the remote detonated bombs and to control access to that. And then it cuts to the scene where we see Slipknot, which is the guy with all the ropes and everything, basically shooting a grappling hook into a building and sliding away. And this kind of reinforces my thought that, like, yeah, he's going to die immediately in the film. We don't ever really see him fighting or anything later in the movie. We only seeing him punch somebody in the beginning when they're in that army looking place. And yeah, and here where Rick Flag's like, yeah, if you disobey, you're going to die. So pretty sure he's gonna die. Also, in that ending scene at the bar, he's not there either. So pretty sure he's a goner. Yeah. Next thing to note is you see the bridge is completely destroyed, which shows that we still don't know what the foe is, or what the main enemy is. All we've seen really is from the last trailer, the like stretchy looking Groot guy destroying that train. But obviously, he can do some damage. Could have been an explosive somebody placed, but it looks like either way, it's a big threat. Next, we see the squad in a helicopter, and something shoots at it. I was able to get a screenshot here where it kind of looks like the bullet looks a little bit more like a laser. So I first, the sounds just like bullets shooting at the helicopter, but now it looks like it could be something else. Don't know what that is or where it's coming from. Kind of looks like heat vision, but I know that's not the case. It could be, different weapons or the enemy using some kind of like power it has. Really not sure. Next, we have a better look at the enemies we're facing. And the more I look at it, the more I think it probably is Enchantress's like hoaxed individuals. They still look like they're like, I don't know, like little grimy, nasty creatures, not like humanoid creatures, but maybe not humans in the traditional sense. I'm not sure, but yeah, you see some more action with them. And then you see Captain Boomerang basically splitting one's heads open, and you see a few other scenes where you see Katana basically slicing another heads up. And it looks like when it's breaking apart, it doesn't look like, it's like blood and gore like a human. It just kind of looks like green blood and just a bunch of mesh put together. So I'm thinking that these are not actually like humans that are controlled, just like these, these things of darkness or things of like random mishmash put together created by Enchantress. Next scene we get into is the Joker. So we have his amazing entrance in here where everyone kind of stops. And I know it's edited and this is not how it's actually gonna go in the scene, but you see Harley Quinn being like, "Uh-oh," and you hear Joker like laughing, that iconic laugh, and you see, Deadshot looking over and Enchantress looking over, and then Joker comes out for a split second, and he's in all gear, he has his jacket on, he looks clean right now, he has his earring, his jewelry, everything's ready, and he's looking amazing. And then in back you see a bunch of henchmen. You can't really get a good shot of them, but they're there. So that's showing that like, hey, Joker's not stuck in any of this. He has his own motives right now. He has his own squad, and everyone's probably afraid of him. Like when Joker's coming, it's a big deal. Next, we see a bunch of stuff with Batman actually, and that makes me think, maybe Batman's in this movie more than we thought. Even though it probably is just a flashback, we might see a significant, 15 or so minutes of that car chase with Joker and Harley Quinn. Um, from the car chase, it looks like later in the trailer that you see the car is crashing through a railing and falling into the water. And I'm guessing it's hard to see from the actual screenshot, but I'm guessing it looks like Harley Quinn was stuck in there by the way Batman is diving to save her. You see Harley Quinn falling for like the millionth time. There's like 10 times in this trailer she's falling, but it looks like she's falling here into the river and Batman dives in. It looks like it really is kind of hard to tell what's up with his face from here. It might be a breathing tube that he has on, as a little underwater breathing thing. But it looks like he's diving in, save Harley Quinn, and brings her back to his car. So this might be, I'm theorizing that this might be the part where Joker and Harley Quinn kind of have that break. Because obviously in this trailer, they're not really together. If you see like Assault on Arkham, the movie, you see that they're kind of like fighting and feuding a little bit, even though they still like, friends or whatever, lovers. They're feuding and they're not together. And this might be somewhere where Joker betrays Harley Quinn, basically throws her off the cliff. Batman is forced to save her and Joker gets away. That's just my theory, and I could see that playing out in this flashback. The reason why Harley Quinn and Joker are kind of feuding right now, but we'll see. Then we see another shot of Enchantress, and it looks like she's in the Oval Office, or at least in the White House. So that could be a problem. It's either she's invading, or they're using her powers somehow. We get another good shot of Katana, and Katana looks like she has some, green beam. It might be some souls, because we already know her Katana is going to be able to use the soul powers. The next is an interesting shot for me. We see the Joker with basically a half-burnt face. He was almost Two-Face looking here. And you can tell his hair is not the same as it is in most of the shots. So I'm thinking this might be somewhere in the past because his hair is longer. Maybe he got a haircut or like slicked it back. Or maybe there's a time jump in the movie, which I seriously doubt. So basically you see him in his like more formal outfit before he's just like, the jacket. And yeah, you just see him throwing a grenade towards somebody and he's just laughing. He's like, "Oh, take some of this." But an interesting shot. I really don't know how this is going to play out or where this is going to be in the film. I'm guessing it'll be maybe still part of the flashback. Maybe he's trying to get away from Batman. Maybe this is still kind of early in the movie, but we'll see. Then just kind of closing the film, we have a shot of a sniper rifle in front of aiming towards Harley Quinn as she's facing upside down. Could just be another action scene. Could be Deadshot maybe. Who knows? And concluding the movie is this bar scene. And this bar scene is like amazing. This is the kind of comedy I want from this. It's not like, laugh out loud kind of funny, but it's kind of like dark and gritty and just these characters bickering with each other and, kind of getting along. So here you see the six main members, which I'm guessing is the ones who are pretty much going to be doing everything. Doesn't look like Rick Flagg's here, so you know they're probably going to be getting away from him at some point. But yeah, they're just here at this bar chilling, and then everyone's like, Harley Quinn's just like, hey, what do you want? What do you want? What do you want? And, you know, Killer Croc's like, I want a beer. Katana's like, I want whiskey. And then, you know, El Diablo's like, yeah, water for me. And she's like, yeah, best, probably best for you, honey. And it just shows that, like, it looks like they are going to get close at some point. They're not going to, you know, they're all just going to be messing around and laughing together, even in this serious kind of movie. One thing I want to know is we do see a lot of El Diablo in here, especially using his powers. So for somebody who I thought was going to be a very insignificant part of the film, just because he's relatively unknown in terms of Suicide Squad, it looks like he's going to get some decent screen time. He could be actually a pretty interesting character because he's obviously one of the more powerful ones, or at least one of the ones with actual like powers to say. And it looks like he'd be doing a lot of damage and could be a really significant part of the film. But overall, just that's my breakdown. If there's anything else I missed or anything you want to add to what I said, please do in the comments. If you watch this, I really appreciate it. And, you know, like, comment, subscribe for more. And yeah, just another amazing trailer by Suicide Squad. And I'm so excited. And this is still my most anticipated movie of the year. And just can't wait. Not sure if we're going to be seeing another trailer. Until the release, or you know, maybe a TV spot or something like that. But if it does, I'll see if I can do another one of these reviews. Thanks so much for watching, and see you next time.